Alright, well, good morning all. It is Saturday morning, and I'm heading out bright and early this morning because I have a breakfast meetup with some buddies, and then we are going to work. So, no playtime for me today, except for the Ryker commute in. I didn't hear my noisy fuel pump thing again this morning that I had a couple of days ago. I haven't edited or posted that video yet, so hopefully I post these in order. But during the heat a few days ago when I was riding, there was a new, very loud motor whine that was definitely the fuel pump. No, it's going away when I turn off the ignition. The headlights are still on and they're not making the noise. So it's a fuel pump or some other pump that's making that sound. Oops, sorry, you guys aren't looking at anything. I'm pointing out the fact that the headlights were still on after I killed the ignition, and the whine went away as soon as I hit the ignition. So it almost sounds like a fuel pump. It's an odd sound. Much louder, much higher pitch than normal. Could be due to the heat, I don't know. The cooling fans have a much deeper, louder tone to them. This was directly tied to the fuel pump, because even after I would shut the bike off, turn it back on, as soon as I would hit the start button and the system would prime, it was making that loud, whee, very high-pitched whine. So I don't know, could be normal under high heat circumstances, I'm not sure. It's a pretty hot day. And then I noticed when I shut the bike down, as soon as I turned off the motor run switch, it would disappear. So it's definitely attributed to the fuel pump. I couldn't really get a placement on the sound. It was coming from over in this area somewhere. It's a nice morning. Humid, but the temperature's nice. Plenty of fuel in it, I think. Well, that's not plenty of fuel, actually. 64 miles, so I'm probably, what, a third of a tank down. Maybe almost a half a tank down, because that thing doesn't come off of the first bar until 70-something miles. Guy still has his bike sitting in the street. I don't get it. You got a sidewalk, you got a porch, you got a driveway, you got a garage. Why? Why would you leave your bike sitting on the street where somebody could hit it? Well, I'd hoped to do a moto-camping outing this weekend, but that's not going to happen. Got too much work stacked up. Unfortunately, these projects that I'm doing are on a time limit. I have to get them done before people return to work. That's what the nature of my business is. A lot of the heavy hitting big stuff that I do, it's got to be done after hours or over holidays or whatever. It sucks for my work schedule. would say the number one question or comment that I've had on all of my videos combined would be this RiderScan mirror. Everybody is very interested with it, and they're interested in it. They want to get one, and apparently they are hard to find or impossible to find right now. And I don't know if it's just happenstance or if I created a shortage accidentally by advertising and making this thing so popular. So Hunter Creates in the UK is the manufacturer of this. They were selling them on Amazon here in the USA, but they were still being shipped from overseas. So if Amazon is out of them, I would think that the manufacturer is the place to go to see if they have any more. I'll do a little research on that this weekend and see if I can figure out, are they still selling them, what's going on. I've had several people tell me that Amazon is out of stock and they can't find them. So Hunter Create, if you're watching my videos, you're welcome. I'm helping you sell a ton of these things, I think. Just based on the response and the feedback of everybody seeing it in the videos. It's a pretty popular item. I've known about these things for years, and I just thought I would share that tidbit of knowledge and safety of these things. I think they're absolutely indispensable. I wouldn't have a bike like this without the blind spot mirror. This thing is as wide as a car, a smart car, and you got to know about your blind spots. I have it on my Silver Wing scooter as well. I haven't done a ride video on that thing for a long time. I got it for the Silver Wing many years ago, 6-7 years ago, maybe longer. Because for some reason, the mirrors on it are good, but I always had a blind spot off of my flank. And I would catch cars sneaking up in that spot and sitting there. And I wouldn't see them, you know, and I'd do a head check, everything would be okay. I'd do a head check again a couple seconds later, there'd be a car there. So, I saw, I don't remember where I saw this. It was in one of the magazines, motorcycle magazines. I thought, oh, that looks like the answer. It's definitely worked out for me. It saved me quite a few times. And with the Ryker, it's particularly important to know about those blind spots, not just because of the width, but because of the gawkers and onlookers. All the time, I'll be cruising along on the highway, steady state, you know, maintaining the speed, and I'll have somebody come flying up on me and then just park right here in this spot, right where I can't see them in the mirror, because they're looking at the bike. And they'll just stay right there and stare at the bike. So, thinking about my next road trips for the Ryker and for any of my other toys. I'll be taking another trip up to Oklahoma sometime in the near future. I do plan on taking the Ryker up there for another group ride. Apparently there are a handful of Ryker owners up there that have watched the channel, and Fatty with a Firearm has met up with a few of them, and everyone seems like it. They want to do a group ride, get together. Maybe we can just do a destination ride, like a lunch or whatever. I'm up for moto-camping, but I don't know how everybody else feels about that on their timetables and comfort level and everything like that. So I'll be taking all of my gear for the moto-camping, and I'll probably try to find a place that looks good, state park, whatever. And I'll be prepped for that. Anybody else that wants to join in, hey, we'll set the date, just have a gathering, cookout, whatever. I was watching some YouTube videos, and from one of my viewer commenters, they turned me on to these M2 shocks, shock upgrades for the Ryker. And apparently there's a guy here in, I think he's in the Houston area, an older gentleman that owns a Ryker, and he rode all the way up to Missouri or somewhere to have these shocks installed, tested, and kind of a beta test. So anyway, kudos to that guy. That's a long ride. I did the Oklahoma City trip, and I was fighting this one pretty good, but I was planning on going up to Springfield, Missouri anyway, so I was going to fight it one way or another. I think sometime in the near future here, I am going to switch these tires out. It just seems like the non-rally wanders around a lot less. And there was one of the forum members off of spiderlovers.com said that he finally got his laser aligned, and he doesn't have any of the problems with his anymore, apparently. He said it just tracks laser straight. Oh God, that's the holy grail. That would be fantastic. So I'm going to try to message him and see if his dealer has the specs that they set for his Ryker. Hell, I might even ride out there. It's out in East Texas somewhere. But apparently he's got his solved. He's got a rally. I'm assuming he still has the same tires and everything else. So, as I stated early on in my ownership of this thing, I love it. I think it has the potential to be just a fantastic do-it-all bike. But like right now, this handling, I'm getting jockeyed all over the place. That's because of these rain grooves. Anyway, if I could get the handling sorted out on this to where it tracked straight, and I wasn't fighting it all the time, I would sing this thing praises night and day, and I would recommend it to everybody I ran into. But until that time, it's my unit in particular. I would not recommend this to non-experienced riders because it's just such a handful. So like right here, I'm getting jockeyed 6 to 8 inches side to side. It's hard to stay this out over these rain grooves. It's just awful. And this thing has been laser aligned 2 times. The first time was to get rid of the toe out on the right wheel and fix the alignment where it was always pulling. So we got it back to factory 0, but it still darts around a lot. So I took it in the second time before my planned Springfield trip, and I asked for a little bit more toe in to see if it would help the tracking, and it didn't. It's about the same. See, like right there, I'm getting jockeyed 5 to 6 inches side to side rapidly. And I'm not putting any input on the bars. I'm just kind of resting my hand on the throttle to correct it if it really starts going out of the lane. See it right there. There's a 6-inch push. 6 inches is a lot. I mean, that happens to you in a car or a truck, you're immediately like, okay, this thing's going to the mechanic. I'm not putting any input on the bar. That's all the bike. It's the tires and these rain grooves. So, back to my idea of changing these treads out. Apparently, from what my seat of the pants feel and other Ryker owners have figured out, is the non-rally tires, the regular street tread instead of these all-season tread, are less susceptible to the wandering and darting around. And again, it goes back to one of my first opinions, impressions, whatever you want to call it, is I think that it's something about the tread block widths, or a combination of that and the tire width, or the patch geometry on this, that makes it very susceptible to rain grooves and odd behavior on the highway. So, for a few $100, I'll swap the tires out and see if it gets any better. It would just be wonderful if that's the truth. See, right here over that section, it's there to keep in one lane. But you got a seam in the middle that's dragging your rear tire, then you got the off-camber that's yanking the front end. So Davis. If you're out on a twisty country road and you encounter that stuff, it's not really that big a deal. And shoulder to shoulder, busy Houston traffic, it's not so cool. So I'm looking for 18th Street, but I don't know which direction. We're going to go left. 714 something. 68th Tour Streets. 714 was the address of this place. Carl? Let's find out if I'm right. Alright, so let's see if there's a spot. And there it is. So this is the place. Leave it sitting out here a little bit because somebody's not going to see it. Pull in and whack. Okay, so Snooze, AM Eatery. Okay. Here we go. All right, well, continuing after breakfast. That's a good breakfast spot for anybody here in Houston. If you haven't been there and you're kind of in this area of town, swing by. That's a great place. Food is really good. Service is excellent. Prices are, they're okay. It's middle of the road for Houston price. I wouldn't say it's cheap, but I don't mind paying a little extra if it's good food and good service. I had an egg white omelet with barbacoa and goat cheese, side of bacon, toast, fruit. I think the whole thing was $12, something like that. It's my buddy I just had breakfast with. Ooh, that's rough. Wow, left, right, left, right. Mm-hmm. Need to loosen my mount and center that ball. On these X mounts, there's that much play just in the arm movement. So you're going to have that much. It still grips the phone fine. But what I try to do is center up the ball to have a little more center. There we go. Oop, killed the motor with my hand. There we go. It's a little better. Well, good Saturday evening to you all. I finished my work day. Headed back home. It's 7:40 right now. So traffic should be very light. Of course, it is a Saturday, so traffic will be light. Anyway, seems like a pretty nice day out here. It's too bad I didn't get to enjoy it. I was inside all day. Client site working on a whole bunch of network changes and upgrades and coordinating the install of a new IP phone system and yada yada yada. Unfortunately, tomorrow I have to go back again to complete some more major upgrades before Monday happens, because that is the end of my maintenance window. Are you going to sit there? And then, of course, after any major round of upgrades and changes like we're doing this weekend, I've always got to be present, at the very least on call, but I like to be present for first thing Monday morning or whatever the next business day is, to help ferret out the problems and the little issues that arise. We never do these things without some breakage. So there's going to be a few little things to deal with here and there. Ride it out and not do too many corrections, but it still does jockey around quite a bit. Oh, now he wants to race. He didn't get very far, did he? Really? Where'd you go? How far? Harder to wait. Nice out here tonight. June day with a high temp. I think we got up into the high 90s today, mid 90s, but it's fairly dry. It feels pretty good out here. I think now we've dropped down to the low 90s. It's pretty good. It's good riding weather. Unfortunately, I can't just go out for a ride. I'd like to. Job number 2 awaits. I gotta go home and take care of the kids for a little bit. Pick up dinner and movies and all that stuff. Daughter's having a sleepover tonight, so now I am the grocery runner. again, home again.